Hey kids, it is Dad and my good friend Michelle, who used to live in Appleton, but now where do you live?
Florida.
Sarasota, Florida. So it's beautiful where she's from almost all year round, except when there's hurricanes. But that's okay, that's her choice.
You can always come back to Wisconsin where there's a hurricane.
That's right, you come back to Wisconsin during a hurricane because no one else has that idea. But Jordan, your son, I can't believe the last time I saw him, he was probably 14. How long have you been gone? 2 years?
4.
4 years. So he was 13.
Yeah, 13.
13 when he left. He had just gotten diagnosed with the
Liver disease.
liver stuff. And so you took your family, you left us high and dry. Boy, you missed one hell of a good winter though.
So I've heard.
Oh, the -10. But we started talking about kids, and Madeline is very self-reliant.
She's your 19-year-old, right?
Madeline's a 19-year-old. Clara is self-reliant. She's got a babysitting job. But you mentioned that Jordan, not so much.
No.
Right now. What does he like to do?
He likes to do a lot of stuff with gaming.
Okay.
He hates to talk to people, which is part of the difficulty with self-reliance.
So customer service jobs, food-related jobs, probably not very good.
No, probably not. He doesn't even like to open up the door. He wants to work at a library because people are expected to be quiet in a library.
So he might be a good programmer.
Yes.
How is his work ethic, though?
Pretty good. He's sloppy sometimes on stuff he needs to do for me. And it's not that he's sloppy on the work, because he's great with figuring out shortcuts.
Yes.
Like the fastest way from point A to point B without losing quality. It's just I can't always rely on him to do the work when he's supposed to.
And, okay, so a little bit sloppy. I'm sloppy, so I admit that. But when you think about self-reliant and work ethic, he probably looks upon you a lot and sees you have a great work ethic.
Yeah, I think so.
You work hard, you play hard, and I think that's important. And certainly when you work for yourself, you're your own boss, so if you're not going to drive yourself, no one else is going to. I mean, if
Right.
you can't crack the whip, nobody else is going to do it. And when you think about, so your kids are absolutely looking at that work ethic. I don't know what your parents' work ethic was like, but my dad was a hard worker, but he was a hard family man too.
Right.
He spent a lot of, he worked. When work was over, he was family. There was no little middle ground, and I learned that from my father, and I wanted a job. And what was your first job?
Picking strawberries.
Ooh, strawberry picking.
Yes.
At like Cuffs or something in Wisconsin?
In Rudolph, there's a big place out there, and I used to ride my bike there and pick strawberries.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So my first job was paperboy. So I delivered
On a bike?
In Rochester. No, it was a walking route. In Rochester, it was early morning, Rochester, New York, the Democrat and Chronicle, 5 o'clock every morning. Right. But
That's early.
I know. I did that, and it worked. But you know what? It worked. I learned that from my parents. You learned it from your parents. You hope it rubs off on your kids.
I
mean,
hope
you
so.
can't beat them and kill them. You just want them.
Well, you can, but I think they frown on that.
They do. They frown on it. The police are filling out the paperwork. Well, I didn't want to get a job, so I had to, get rid of them. That's probably not very good. We'll edit all the laughing out. But I think work ethic is very important, and that's something that if you can instill young, I mean, we all know kids who are 19, 20, 21, older, still living with their parents,
Yep.
who their daily routine probably incorporates a lot of soda, a lot of complaining, and a lot of Xbox or PlayStation.
Right.
And we don't want that. I mean, you know what? It's okay to play. It's okay to goof around, but when it's time to get to work and do it well. So how do you, I mean, you say Jordan doesn't have a job. Is it from a lack of trying to get the job, or is it from what?
Well, a couple of different factors, actually. So he does do some work for me that I pay him for.
Okay, so he does. He's gainfully employed.
Yeah.
As a helper.
Probably since he's been, I would say probably at least 12. If he wants anything, he has to earn the money for it. So I don't buy him games. I don't buy him his Xbox. I don't buy him his new computer.
So that's pretty
all
cool,
of
though.
that
He's
he has to
done,
do.
yes.
Yep, so he's learning the value of money. And he actually, ironically, does very similar to what I do, is if something costs him $100, he figures out how much he gets paid per hour and how many hours he has to work to earn whatever it is that he
Nothing wrong
wants.
with that.
Yep.
I mean, if you want to buy a car, you want to buy a house, you got to think about those types of things. So that's
Exactly. So right now, the big reason why he's not working is because the school he's in is really fast-paced because they get their entire high school education in 2 years, and then they start doing all
is it a
college
12-month
prep
school? Is it a
stuff.
12-month school?
No,
It's not year-round.
no, it's not year-round. And so some of the places, like we asked at Trader Joe's the other night, but they prefer to hire kids that are 18 because they sell alcohol there.
Got it.
So he has like started considering where he wants to work, and he knows that once he's out of school, I said I'd help with some things if I see he's actually taking care of himself. But I told him he doesn't need to think traditional job. Like he can earn money online. I'm not restricting how he earns money,
Right.
but that he has to earn money.
So he has a desire. He just needs to. He's finding his niche.
Yeah.
And that's great.
he's started a new YouTube channel, and he's hoping to earn some money off of AdSense revenue and
Nothing wrong with that. Hey,
stuff.
that's a non-traditional outlet, and why not? I mean,
Yeah.
You look at somebody like Jenna Marbles, or you look at there's so many different people who've made huge money, and all it's going to take is for him to find something that people grab onto. You know, whether it be, I think he's a big video game guy, so
Yep.
if he starts
He
streaming
shows
his
people
video
track.
games and different stuff, and he starts showing tips and tricks, it's
Yep.
awesome.
Yeah,
So
because he has
Jordan,
one video that he figured out a hack like relatively soon after it came out,
Yep.
and he had 38,000 views in a matter of, and he didn't optimize the video either. So if he had optimized it, had AdSense, you know, because you only get what, like 4 cents a click or something on AdSense.
but you know what?
But it adds up.
That's better than doing nothing.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
And hey, that's a good hustle. So Jordan, keep working. Madeline, I'm glad you have a good work ethic. Claire and Tommy, you have an awesome work ethic. Keep that up. And Emma and Drew, you're starting to grow that work ethic. So it's important to learn from Jordan, find what works best for you, because no fun to get a job if it's the pits.
Yep, or if you absolutely despise it.
I mean, certainly it's always better to find a job when you've got a job.
Yes.
Don't just quit your job and say I'm going to find something better, because that's not the way to do it.
Yep.
Keep your job, but do what makes you happy. Thanks, Michelle. Have a safe
Thanks,
trip
Tommy.
back to Florida.
Thank you.
I love you, Madeline, Clara, and Tommy. I love you, Emma, and I love you, Drew. Hope you guys have a great day. Can't wait to see you back in Appleton. Bye, kids.